a day and a half removed from when this fire began, crews are just trying to assess how much damage it actually brought. Now, over the course of today here in Paris, crews and fire officials have been going up on top of the cathedral and around it. Again, in that assessment process, they've been loading materials up there as well, likely to fortify certain structures they believe might not be stable enough to begin that reconstruction process. And it is one that is going to take some time. Again, it is still standing, which is good in many regards, but it did lose its spire and a portion of the roofing as well. This is a cathedral that took almost 200 years to build, has been standing for hundreds years more, and then in a matter of hours, almost burned to the ground. Everyone from individual donors to some of the world's most recognized luxury brands are pitching in to rebuild Notre Dame Cathedral.
Notre Dame is one of the most emblematic churches in the world, but it's also a symbol of France. We do feel that responsibility also because we are the caretakers of those symbolic brands.
French President Emmanuel Macron says he wants the cathedral rebuilt in 5 years. Experts say that a full restoration is likely to take 10 to 15. One of the most damaged parts is the centuries-old wooden roof. And although the stone walls seem to remain largely intact, they too could present some challenges moving forward.
One thing that happens when you have great heat next to stone, limestone in this case, from the area of Paris, is that the stone becomes very powdery and soft. It can crack. It can lose its structural integrity.
But for most people, it'll be worth the wait to see Our Lady of Paris rebuilt, a true story of rebirth for one of the world's most recognizable cathedrals.
Sometimes when we look at something we love literally reduced to ashes, we automatically almost see life coming from that. There's already life coming from death.
Now, as for the cause of this fire to begin with, Paris prosecutors have spoken to at least 30 workers who were inside the cathedral the day of the fire, and that process is going to continue. They haven't been able to pinpoint a specific cause, but renovations were being done at the time, and it is a general belief that it may be tied to that. As for the fire itself, the firefighters who showed up to the scene are being hailed as nothing short of heroes. It took an effort of more than 400 of them showing up, and when you talk about the heroic aspects, it wasn't just any regular fire. The scale of it was so massive, and the factors they had to overcome just to get in there and try to extinguish these flames, again, gives them that heroic status. And when you talk about the rebuilding, it is a process that is going to take years. Reporting from Paris, I'm Hamrah.
9 hours after it started, the fire that engulfed the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris is finally out. The world watched in horror as one of the most recognized buildings on the planet and one of the most important to the Catholic faith burned for hours on end, flames shooting into the sky and smoke billowing over the city.
Everybody's crying. It's very sad because Notre Dame de Paris is the symbol of Paris and the symbol of France.
Gasps from onlookers as